And since Jesus is incarnate God, there really is no division in him. Because God is one. He's singular. He cannot be divided. He's not inconsistent. So what Jesus is somehow telling us the truth. And we hear that he wants to set the world on fire, the earth on fire. But he needs to endure a certain type of baptism first. The baptism we believe he's speaking to is going to be that horrific death on the cross. And what's going to flow from that, as we now know, is his resurrection. And what that's going to show to us is self-sacrificing love. Self-sacrificing love. That's how he wants to set the world afire. He wants people to come from a different mindset, a different worldview. He wants people to practice self-serving love. Because that's where transformation comes from. That's where what real love is. It's not the kind of love that we hear when we talk about in our world. And where the division is going to come is because the world is not going to want to hear about self-sacrificing love. Because you know what? That means you have to put aside self-interest and self-love. And many societal structures do not want to hear the message of self-sacrificing love. Because they don't want to relinquish their powers. They don't want to relinquish their powers of politics, of religion, of their ideologies, of their personal philosophies. And that scares them. And they're trying to hold on to it. Jesus' vision is something different. He wants to dismantle those if they don't serve the purpose of promoting self-sacrificing love and the good of all of humankind. If they do not serve that, he wants to dismantle them. And that's where the division is going to come. Because they're going to want to cling on to that power. Self-sacrificing love. That's what's going to divide people. It's going to divide the human family, as we heard. And so Jesus is giving us a choice. Is it power and control, or is it serving your brother, and serving God, and serving neighbor? Again, very threatening to what we perceive as our normal structure. He's trying to shake us out of our comfort zones. Remember, it's all about self-sacrificing love. That's why he came. That was his mission. That's where that ball of fire in him came from. Straight from the Father. You know, if I was to use a modern-day example of someone that was so misunderstood and confused because they were practicing self-serving love, it would be that little Albanian woman. That little Albanian woman, you know what I'm talking about? Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. The one who went over to Calcutta, and she worked with the poor of the poor in deplorable, horrible, despairing conditions. No one would ever take that on. And then, when she did have public limelight, which wasn't very often, the questions that were asked of her, what are you getting out of this? How does this relate to your politics? It went right over people's heads. It had nothing to do with her self-interest. What was happening for her? Or what was happening in politics? It was all about her fulfilling her mission of self-sacrificing love. And brothers and sisters, that's the discipleship that we're called into. We're supposed to confound the world. We're supposed to confuse the world with that self-sacrificing love. That's what distinguishes the baptized from the non-baptized. It's that fire of love. That fire of love that was in Jesus that connected him to the Father. And he knew what his mission was. It's the fire of love that we are to see through all of our Christian journey. that same fire that we are supposed to release into the world.